All right, y'all, come walking with me through Office Depot as I buy some office supplies. Today, I want to talk to my sellers, and I want to talk about some of the main mistakes that sellers make. There's a lot of mistakes that buyers, sellers, and investors make, but one of the biggest mistakes that sellers make is either choosing to represent themselves, so having no representation from a real estate agent, or choosing the wrong representation, which is just as bad as not having representation at all. So let's talk about why I don't think it's a good idea to either do a for sale by owner, also known as a FSBO, or why you should choose just an agent that's willing to tell you whatever you want to hear in order to sell your house. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Kim McBride, also known as Get Keys with Kim. I'm a licensed associate broker as well as a broker in real estate in Maryland, DC, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and the Dominican Republic. All right, let's talk about it, y'all. All right, first things first, let's talk about representing yourself, which I will tell you a seller can do. Like, they can represent themselves, but the reason why you usually hire a real estate agent is to protect you from things that you are not aware of. It's just like how you would hire an attorney or why you would go to the doctor versus DIY or self medication or self remedies and things like that. Now, I'm not saying you can't do it, but it is a proven fact that houses that are listed by real estate agents make 42% more than those that are listed by the seller themselves. In addition to that, you need to be able to read and understand contracts. Now, most times what sellers will do is they will hire an attorney. And guess what? You're paying an attorney. So you thought you were saving money by not hiring a real estate agent, only to turn around and pay an attorney. Make it make sense. In addition to that, most times when I'm sitting down with sellers, they don't know what to price their house at. They don't know what things they should consider repairing before they put on the market, the things that they should just wait. They are not really familiar with how to negotiate, not just contracts and offers, but also repairs and all the other things that come up. And so, really, getting a real estate agent is an investment. It's an investment in somebody that's going to guide you prayerfully with the right information so that you're making a sound financial decision, which then leads me to the other part of hiring a not so great agent. And I always tell y'all, the way you know is you vibe with your tribe. I have had multiple occasions where sellers have told me, well, how come you are coming in at a lower price? I interviewed another agent and they told me my house is worth this. And I always tell them, because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not willing to tell you what you want to hear just to get your business. I'm not in the business of doing that. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you what the comps are saying, whether you like it or not. And if you do not go with me, it's not really my loss because your house is going to be sitting. Like, you just hired someone just because they told you they can do something that they really can't do. So to all my sellers out there, it does not cost you a thing to just sit down and have what we call a listing appointment or a seller strategy call or a seller consultation at your home to just get the information that you need. So when you're sitting down with an agent, there's a few things they should be talking with you about. They should actually be meeting in your house so that they can then give you what's called comps or CMA, a comparative market analysis. They're letting you know what they actually do from the time that you sign an agreement with them until you sell your house. They're also going over that agreement with you. What does that mean? What are they committing to? They're talking about how they're getting paid, how you want to market the property, and they're also gathering information known as disclosures in the states that require that. So those are things that we're legally required to share with potential buyers of your home. And that's another thing. Most sellers just don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they should disclose and what they shouldn't disclose, and so it gets complicated. That's why you hire a realtor. So, nonetheless, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one consultation, you can do that. The link is in my bio. You can go to calendly.com/Get Keys with Kim. But you know what I want you to do? Like, share, subscribe, come back, comment, leave me a question, make it a great day on purpose, and then do what? Get Keys with Kim. All right, I'll talk to you later. Deuces.